So a very short trailer was revealed at Pokemon Worlds, and with it came not only the introduction of several new competitive battle mechanics, but also the introduction of a brand new Pokemon, Cyclizar, a small bicycle lizard that bears a very clear resemblance to both Koraidon and Miraidon. Now, this Pokemon excites me greatly for several reasons. I think it is going to very much flesh out the relationship between the player character and Koraidon and Miraidon. It'll make the roles of the legendaries a lot stronger and a lot more exciting and special. If you saw my last video on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet about a week ago, then you know that I listed my minor fears about Koraidon and Miraidon perhaps feeling less special, because everyone is gonna get them. So they'll perhaps feel more gimmicky, like toy-like accessories, rather than truly special and legendary companions. But now, that all changes with Cyclizar. Is this Pokemon a pre-evolution for Koraidon and Miraidon? My hope and my honest theory is that no, it won't be. I think this Pokemon is completely unrelated biologically in the present day, meaning it won't be a true branch evolution like Cosmog into Solgaleo and Lunala, but instead there's going to be plenty of plot relationship that you might not expect. This is entirely a theory on the fly, by the way, solely based off of my first impressions. So please don't take this as fact, it's merely a theory, whereas you might have your own. So let me know down below. So, we know that Cyclizar has apparently lived in many households in the Paldea region since ancient times. It has a mild disposition, and people riding Cyclizar are a very common sight. To me, that makes it clear that the emphasis on riding Koraidon and Miraidon is perhaps a late game thing, and certainly not a common occurrence in Paldea in-universe. Only the protagonists likely will get this ability. The only other time that you'll see other Koraidon and Miraidon is with post-game trading or of course co-op mode, playing with other protagonists. Instead, Cyclizar is the common mount of Paldea, perhaps ingrained deeply in the culture of the region, and thus, the school that we begin at will give them away as partner Pokemon, hence why so many NPCs are likely to have this Pokemon. Of course, we know that us, the protagonists, encounter our box legendary very early on, presumably at this beach scene. Again, I don't think this is a straightforward evolution of our Cyclizar into a Koraidon or Miraidon, nor is it a random Koraidon or Miraidon appearing alongside so we can have two mount Pokemon. That wouldn't make any sense. Instead, I propose that, well, could it be possible that our Cyclizar assumes the form of Koraidon or Miraidon, depending on the version that you're playing? It assumes its ancestral or its futuristic form, due to some strange phenomenon in the region triggering this state, either into the Pokemon that it once was millions of years ago, or the Pokemon that it will be millions of years from now. We obviously already know that past and future are huge themes of the game, to the point where there are two professors who share laboratory space in the center of the region. Perhaps they're each focusing their research on the past or the future, respectively, to the point where they've summoned Pokemon from those time periods, or perhaps brought strange energy from the past or the future that triggers the transformation of many Pokemon in the region, namely your Cyclizar. Cyclizar would be the perfect transformation for a past or future form. After all, it seems like an adaptable Pokemon that realistically could have survived on the Pokemon Earth for millions of years, both extending into the past and the future, undergoing weird evolution, just like real lizards. Plus, green is the perfect middle point between infrared and ultraviolet on the light spectrum, almost like a midpoint between the past and the future, right? There's already precedent for this kind of time and space meddling in the franchise after all. We see the accessing of Ultra Wormholes in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and of course space-time rifts in Pokemon Legends Arceus, to the point where you can encounter strange, unnatural Pokemon like fossils from the past. And even you, from the future, were brought to Hisui using one of these portals that was opened. And now look at Paldea. There is that weird, strange hole at the center of the region. It's way too prominent to be something natural in my eyes. Perhaps the professors have been competing against one another with their research, and they ripped a hole in Paldea, causing weird pockets all across the open world where the past or the future are brought to life. Like say you're playing Pokemon Scarlet, well, then you would have Professor Seda, who would assign you to investigate Pokemon from the past. Thus, it would invoke a transformation of your Cyclizar into Koraidon, whereas the other antagonistic Professor Turo would perhaps use future Pokemon or Miraidon itself, perhaps leading to an epic final showdown between two unnaturally transformed Cyclizards. Since they're the most common Pokemon in Paldea, apparently, and everyone has them, then wouldn't it make sense if they were the central focus of the climax of the game? To me, this would be a great way to iterate upon what we've already gotten in the franchise, both interdimensional meddling and regional forms, this time in past and future. We've already even gotten the past with Hisuian forms technically, so who's to say future forms won't be next? I think with your Cyclizar, as its transformed past or future form, it'll be your job to travel across Paldea and stop these strange happenings before it destroys the region. Perhaps by the end, your Cyclizar will revert to its normal form after the calamity is stopped, and it can evolve biologically into its true present form, which would be Genzaidon. Because if we honor the naming theme of Kurai and Mirai, meaning the past and future, Genzaidon would be perfect and logical for a present form evolution. Perhaps this would be the Trio Master or the third version that we all come to expect nowadays. To me, all of this could come together in a satisfying way, and it could give a great role to both Kuraidon and Miraidon, helping to boost their rarity and their specialness, helping to flesh out Cyclizard's role in the region, and of course, giving some weight to the school and the intriguing, heavily themed professors that we see. Kuraidon and Miraidon could then feel very legendary and natural in a way that we really do need, and making Cyclizar a true character, a true companion that we can help unlock its true potential as it undergoes a radical transformation only caused by the events of Scarlet and Violet. What do you think? Let me know down below. And I hope you enjoyed this short video because I have tons more leading up to Scarlet and Violet, every now and then when there's an announcement or I just have something on my mind. Of course, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to also check out my regular longer form videos. They also focus on theory, speculation, science, world building, and design, all within the realm of the Pokemon franchise. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time for more content.